Well, it's been a full year. I'm finally back in Norway again. I'm here with my friends Ben and Tara. We started out in Heimstedal this morning, drove over to Skjolden, which is where we're going to be staying the next 3 nights. On the way, we had the most amazing drive. One of the things I love most about Norway is just driving on the roads because they're so beautiful. So the scenic route we took to get here today is called Tindevegen, which is a toll road, costs about $9 US, well worth it. There are so many things to see. Broke out the brown cheese, the brunost, for the first time, so Ben and Tara could try that. It's absolutely amazing, just as good as I remembered.
We have a week full of adventure ahead of us, beginning in the village of Skjolden, which is located on the eastern end of Sognefjord, the longest fjord in Norway. As with most places in the mountains of Norway, there are plenty of waterfalls, but we are going to visit 2 nearby that I would recommend checking out if you're in the area. The first is Åsafossen. Easily accessible from a parking lot at a nearby campground, this waterfall is an impressive sight at 183 meters or about 600 feet tall. The view from the road is great, but you can pick up a short trail by the river to get a closer look. Second, and even more impressive waterfall is Fjallafossen. This one does take a little bit more effort to hike to, but I think it's well worth it. It's about a 3.2 kilometer round trip with 243 meters of elevation gain, and the trail towards the end does get a little bit rocky depending on how close you want to get, but I would definitely recommend getting close enough to feel the full power of this 218 meter tall waterfall. The next day, we drove to Jostedalsbreen National Park for a glacier hike on Alsdalsbreen. First, we met up with our guides from a company called Ice Troll before driving over to a glacial lake to begin a boat ride over to the glacier. Jostedalsbreen is the largest glacier in mainland Europe, covering about 470 square kilometers, which is 181 square miles or 116,000 acres. So yeah, it's huge. If you look at a map of Norway, it's easy to find where this glacier is. It's this gigantic white spot here. Keep in mind that what we were actually going to see today is only this tiny white spot here. After gearing up and listening to some quick tips from the guides, we began our hike up the glacier. As is often the case when doing an adventure tour in Norway, the guides were from all over the world. Most of them traveled to different places, guiding a variety of tours, which is great because those types of people are eager to learn about new environments and they are happy to share their knowledge with people like us. Our guide was an Australian woman named Sia. She was awesome. I think she was the most adventurous guide there as she gave us the option to spend more time eating lunch or hike further along the glacier. We all agreed to stop eating and hike more than the other groups.
But here it's really cool. So you've got the snow on the crevasse, and then you've got the ice cave underneath. So this has been created from the melting water from above. It's coming through and carving out all of the ice. But this bit here hasn't been touched by the melting water. So it's still here. So we never walk on snow when we're on a glacier, because we don't know if it's just a hole underneath. The way that a glacier is formed is, say, like 5 meters of snow falls onto the top in winter, and then during the summer, maybe like 2 meters of that melts, but there's still some snow left from that winter the next time that it comes around. So the next year, the snow all falls and you get another 5 meters. So now you've got about 8 meters of snow, but some is old and some is new. And then the next year, the same thing happens. Some of it melts in the summer, but some of it stays, and it goes again and again and again. And that pressure and the weight of that new snow every year starts pressing and compressing the snow that's there from the years past. So you can see these lines, especially in the dark blue stuff here. You can see all these different lines. So some of it's like a dark blue, some of it's a light blue, and the colors. So that's the different years of snow compressing into each other.
Well, today was another fantastic day in Norway. It's pretty rainy right now, but not too rainy that we can't go for a hike. So we found this really nice secluded road. Only cost like $5 to come up. For a while, there were no other people here. In this entire area, we were the only ones here. Since then, a couple of cars have come up, but it's just really nice being able to be somewhere that looks like this and also be completely alone. Then we get to look forward to a bakery day tomorrow where we're not really going to be doing a whole lot, but going on like a scenic drive and visiting the lovely town of Flam and its bakery and farmers market. So we are all very excited for that.
From Skjolden, it should take about an hour and 40 minutes to get to Flam. The drive itself is part of the fun for today, as we will be taking the scenic route Sognefjellet to get there. This is the highest mountain pass in northern Europe, climbing from sea level all the way up to 1,434 meters or 4,700 feet. I always love watching the scenery change from a lush valley near the fjord to an eerie, snowy mountain plateau. Flam is a small but well-developed town. We are mainly here to visit the farmers market and bakery, but many stay here to visit Jotunheimen National Park, home to the tallest mountains in Norway. Many consider Flam Bakery to be the best in Norway, in part due to everything being sourced locally. I haven't been to many other Norwegian bakeries, but I would say it's pretty amazing. Of course, with that reputation, be prepared for long lines in the summer. They also have a beautiful seating area on a balcony right next to a roaring waterfall. Right next door, there's a farmer's market which has a wide variety of local meat, cheese, honey, jam, and more. Across the river is one of the largest stave churches in Norway. These medieval churches are the oldest preserved wooden churches in Christianity, with the first being built around 1130. It's possible that over 2,000 of these were built, but only 28 in the entire country survived. They are known for their striking architecture influenced by Viking woodworking techniques. For the next few days, we will be staying in a remote cabin up on a mountain near the town of Vinje. About 45 minutes to the east is the village of Flam, which is one of the most popular spots for tourists in Norway, so there's plenty to do here. One of the main attractions in Flam is Flam's Bana, or the Flam Railway. This train begins right next to the fjord and travels 20 kilometers into the mountains to an elevation of 865 meters. It's a pretty impressive feat of engineering, featuring 20 mostly hand-excavated tunnels and some of the steepest sections of railway in the world. Instead of taking the train back down to the fjord, we decided to be a bit more adventurous and zipline and bike our way back.
Have either of you ever done a 60-mile-an-hour zipline in the pouring rain before? It's a little bit much. Oh my.
The zipline here is Scandinavia's longest at 1,381 meters with a 305-meter drop and can reach speeds of up to 100 kilometers per hour. Riding this is a feeling you can't get anywhere else, especially when there's rain pelting you in the face the whole way down.
What? Do I look funny? You look great. I look like a tool.
Oh, look amazing.
You look so cute.
Up. Ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1.
The bike rental is conveniently located right at the base of the zipline. Unfortunately, the rain refused to let up for us, so we were in for a rainy 15-kilometer bike ride. But this was still an amazing experience. You feel much more closely connected with nature riding a bike versus riding on a train. I just love feeling the wind, rain, and every bump in the road, and the excitement of having to navigate a tunnel in complete darkness.
Oh my. I can't see anything. Oh my. Whoa, I'm moving now. Whoa, it goes downhill there. Whoa.
The Airbnb we had for this portion of the trip was a really great find. It's tucked away on a quiet mountaintop, far away from the tourist activity in Flam. It was as peaceful as it was beautiful, which was great because we were going to need our rest before our adventure tomorrow.
Here we are in Gudvangen village. We're not actually going to be setting off from the beachfront today. We're going to be jumping in the van once we're all sorted and got our kit together. And we're going to be heading down the fjords to Bakker town, which is about 2 kilometers away. We've got a little boat shed over there. We'll be making our way down the fjords, crossing straight over the channel. And depending on timing, I haven't decided yet, and weather conditions, because we are due to get maybe it's just a smidge wet, just a smidge. A little bit of rain never killed anybody though. Yeah, so I'm just going to start pulling up.
Ever since my first trip to Norway in 2019, I've wanted to go kayaking here, and there aren't many places better than Nærøyfjord to do that. As its name suggests, this is a narrow fjord, so you feel tiny kayaking next to these 1,760 meter high mountains so close by on either side. This actually became a pretty difficult trip on the way back. It was raining off and on, and we had a pretty strong and consistent headwind, so if you weren't paddling, you would start moving backwards pretty quickly. While this wasn't the peaceful and relaxing trip I was envisioning, it was still fun, just in a different way.
Why is it all uphill? Ben, how proud of you of your wife right now?
Oh, I'm so proud. Proud husband moment.
After 5 trips, I can confidently say that Norway will always be one of my favorite places in the world. I find it so hard to express what it feels like to be in this country, even when using photos and video. It's really special when I get to visit Norway with people who are seeing it for the first time, and I'm so blessed that I had the opportunity to do that yet again on this trip with 2 of my best friends. There's still so much more to see, so I'm sure it won't be too long until I'm back again.